Good evening, one and all, and welcome live from the Accesso Showwear Center here in Kent, Washington. It is time for Saturday night MASL action here on MASL TV. Hello, everybody. Andrew Harvey alongside Peyton Behrens as tonight the Tacoma Stars looking to get their first win of the season against the always formidable San Diego Sockers. Great night for MASL action, Peyton, and as we saw moments ago, Nick Pereira honored for his MVP award last season, the back half of last year, just ridiculous for the big man.
Yeah, Nick went on a tear. It was incredible to see what he can do on his own individually, and the Stars fell short as a team, but when you get those individual type of honors, you know, it's an amazing thing that shows where your club can go. When you have the reigning league MVP on your team, the sky's the limit. This team should be looking at a playoff spot, getting into the Western Conference playoffs, being able to host those games, being able to get through and make their run into the MASL championship game.
Really quickly, let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. Up first, for the visiting San Diego Sockers, as named by Phil Salvaggio, Boris Pardo in goal. The outfield, Christian Gutierrez, Brian Farber, Leonardo de Oliveira, Charlie Gonzalez, Cesar Cerda. For Tacoma, new arrival Chris Toth between the sticks tonight. More on him in a minute. The outfield, Alex Caceres, Pereira, Jamail Cox, Roman Torres, and Alessandro Canali. A couple of new faces for the Tacoma Stars.
Yeah, and we've been so fortunate in years past where every goalkeeping matchup is one for the record books, and you got another one right here. Chris Toth being in the net for the Tacoma Stars, Boris Pardo, who's last year's MASL Goalkeeper of the Year. I mean, you get really good goalkeeping matchups at every game here with the Tacoma Stars in the Showwear Center. Hopefully defense is out and about tonight for the Tacoma Stars. I'm really looking forward to see what Roman Torres does in his home debut here for the Tacoma Stars. He did come up last year with the Dallas Sidekicks, so seeing him in a Stars jersey tonight, this is special.
Your referee tonight, crew chief Brian Martin, Graham Florence, the referee, assistant referee Ryan Otley, John Snyder, the third referee, and the fourth official is Kelsey Harms, John Simmons, manning the penalty box. A new adaptation for this year. One of the only few changes we have had, Peyton, is now there's a third referee on the floor, and Peyton, probably more eyes, definitely a good thing than less.
Yeah, and you're going to see this run like the NBA, where it's kind of a triangle offense. These referees will be moving, shifting, being able to get the best angles, and, you know, this is a really good thing that you want to see in this league. Officiating has been superb in MASL.
Pereira down in the corner. Torres was cutting inside. Pereira spins, lays off. Torres shoots and scores! We didn't even have time to tell you it was teddy bear toss night, but here they come! 31 seconds into his Tacoma Stars debut, and Roman Torres has the home side up 1-0.
It's one of the most beautiful sights in soccer. 'Tis the season, it's the holidays, and you get the teddy bear toss at the first home game of the season. The fans love to support, show out, and throw those teddy bears onto the field. And who better than Roman Torres to open up scoring? And when we have all this momentum going forward, we're kicking off the home opener of the season here in the Showwear Center, and we get our big pause in the game this early, 30 seconds in. It's the happiest the Tacoma Stars can be with the teddy bear toss. Roman Torres opens his account. What a goal, what a shot. Here's a look at it. The turn by Pereira, the one-touch finish, and that's so well done. The Tacoma Stars being able to take advantage of chances early. That's a huge key when you're playing top teams in the league. Good on the Tacoma Stars. It's a great start here at the Showwear Center.
Roman Torres knows a thing or two about scoring big-time goals for clubs in this part of the country. Scored the penalty kick that sealed Seattle Sounders FC's first ever MLS Cup back in 2016 on a very cold night up in Toronto. A bit more climate control here in the Accesso Showwear Center, but even so, he's still banging them home.
It's Roman Torres' first goal here with the Tacoma Stars. What a way to open it up. The first home game of the season, and Roman Torres is able to net a goal. You love seeing stuff like that. He's the big marquee signing in this offseason, and he starts it off the season just so well. In the teddy bear toss jerseys too, this is going to be some photos to remember for a long, long time.
Which reminds us, folks, if you want to take these jerseys home, then you can bid on them right now. Download the Live Source app, set your location in Kent, Washington, search Tacoma Stars, and start your bidding right now. And I have a feeling that Torres jersey may just go for a bit of a premium, especially for being the one he scores his first Tacoma goal in.
The value on that one just skyrocketed. Bids going crazy with that. My favorite part about these jerseys too, the jersey sponsor itself is on the teddy bear shirt rather than the center front of the jersey. And the number, the player number on the back is also centered on the teddy bear shirt rather than the center of the jersey. God, these jerseys are just gorgeous.
They know how to do fun kits here in Tacoma. Well, the Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome to MASL Soccer on Twitch. Send us a message in the chat. We might read it live on the air during tonight's broadcast. If you want to see a game live, you can visit Sports Illustrated Tickets for the best tickets to see the MASL action in your favorite arenas.
Look at Pereira doing so well to use his body and then be able to just turn and spin off that. And that is why he's the reigning MASL MVP. He is so physical and he uses his body so well.
Flick on header, Chris Toth out to the edge of his penalty area and gets his first touch in a while with the Tacoma Stars, should say. Toth joined the club back in that abbreviated 2020 season. A number of clubs elected not to play, so Toth has worn Tacoma's colors tonight. Not sure if he's ever had a teddy bear on the kit before, though.
You know, he did play previously at Empire, though, with the pretty slick jerseys with the jet on the front. A teddy bear or a fighter jet. Take your pick on your jersey.
All pretty good. Here's Corey Keats. Juice Cox.
Matt Bram on the floor, another new face for Tacoma here.
Cox, the overlap. Cox fires. Porto stops it with his chest. Gets beyond Porto. The loose ball is tucked home. Well, Matt Bram gets in on the action, and it's 2-0 just like that.
We talked about the new faces showing up really early here for Tacoma, but man, we barely got out of the pregame show to see these guys make an impact. A quick break up the middle. Cox's shot, it's deflected by Pardo, but then the follow-up, it falls into the feet of Bram. He's able to just center it into an empty net, and I bet you San Diego did not expect to come up on this road trip and find themselves down 2-0 just a minute and 30 seconds into today's game.
Well, it's a dream start for the Tacoma Stars, and it's a dream start for Matt Bram here with Tacoma. Just getting on the inside of that ball. Good shot, good save. Pardo, last year's goalkeeper of the year for the MASL. Just a little redirect. I'm not sure if that little touch from Pardo is going to keep him from getting an assist here, but in either event, 2-0 Tacoma.
Matt Bram was able to register 2 shots on the road last week against San Diego, this being his 3rd shot on the season, being able to find the net. You gotta love these kind of starts from these fresh faces, and you're able to bring in a guy like Matt Bram, who you think is going to be a big defensive workhorse for you, and here he goes, 2 defenders right now on the score sheet for the Tacoma Stars between Bram and Torres.
Kendis is the official supplier of the MASL's game balls. The MASL is proud to partner with an American company to provide all of its game balls. Tacoma's already put 2 of those game balls into the back of the net in the early goings here. Minute and a half in, and it's 2-0. One thing we know about this San Diego team, Peyton, though, is they do not need much time to get on the end of something strong. Here's Tavoy Morgan. Overlapping outside, De Oliveira. And in by Correa. As far as Cesar Cerdo wearing the captain's armband. Ball closer and closer to Frozen, but not quite. Tyler John charges out and is the beneficiary of the foul. Pardon me, no, it's going San Diego's way. De Oliveira, the aggrieved party in that instance.
Dangerous free kick opportunity here, and it's always dangerous with Tavoy Morgan on the floor. 3rd star in the last game with these 2 teams matched up. Watch him in front of Toth.
Charlie Gonzalez, Gabriel Costa, De Oliveira to the left, Morgan far post. Short squared ball, the shot blocked at the point of attack. Logan Jones clears his lines, and now Tyler John trying to go off and running and gives away the free kick.
Couple of quick fouls for Tyler John. He's got to get off the floor now. doesn't want to accumulate too many and find himself into the box.
Remember, you pick up 4 in 1/2 of play. That's a 2-minute card. You pick up 6 over the course of a game. It's an automatic red card, although there is no time penalty associated with picking up your 6th foul. Good to be back, Peyton. MASL action. Saturday night, the Accesso Showwear Center, and 2 bitter Western Conference teams that have gotten to know each other awfully well over these last couple of years.
I mean, nothing's better than here in the Northwest. You get the rainy season coming in, the wet winters, and we get to go indoors and still watch the game that we love, and we get to avoid sitting out in the rain for any sort of broadcast. Get to watch some tremendous talent inside climate-controlled arena, as you mentioned earlier, and oh, it's the best.
Alex Caceres on the ball now. Chris Toth, wide right. Gone for a shover ball and up into the net. Break out the broomstick, Peyton.
This is where Nick Pereira's height comes into play, is when that ball gets stuck on top of the boards. He doesn't have to reach too high to get it.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. And of course, if you want to keep up to date on everything that's happening with the club, go to TacomaStars.com. There's Raphael Cox back on the ball and back in a Tacoma Stars uniform. Stepped away from the club last season. Now he's back, and the brothers Cox, always a dangerous combo out there. Here's Pereira hemmed in along the boards. Canali lunges in, gets the ball. Tiptoes past his man, can't equalize with the ball. Now Pereira, edge of the zone, plays himself off the boards, gone down low. And looped away.
Creative talent with those 3. Canali, Raphael Cox, Nick Pereira, all looking to use the board there to set each other up, and that's just well done. Creative play from the attacking 3.
Pereira combining with Canali. Caceres. Juice Cox wanted that low cross ball. Pereira scoops up the rebound. Stars going for a slow change. Jamail Cox goes outside, gone off the boards, won't reach Caceres. Cox, shot blocked. Working inside, claims for handball, loose ball, Pardo with a flash save. And an appeal for handball. Now the only question, was it inside the penalty area? No, it appears it'll be placed just inside the arc. Now the set piece crew out. Quick restart, gone down low, shot off the left post. Canali trying to loop it back inside. And Canali gives away the free kick, came through the back of De Oliveira there.
Things are getting a little physical between these 2 teams. A good opportunity for Tacoma in a dangerous area for the set piece. Really good team set piece wise. But San Diego, so good defensively.
And Gonzalez down in the heap. Free kick. Kyle Rivers, Mike Ramos in the wall, scooped inside. I'm not sure Toth saw that coming, but he has the rebound.
I don't think anybody saw Tavoy Morgan there. Here's this foot race between Cox and Ruggles.
Boris Pardo plays with his head. Stars trying to ramp up that pressure. San Diego trying to move forward. De Oliveira loses out, feels he was fouled.
Excellent recovery and excellent defensive shift there from Tyler John, creating chaos, being able to track back, slow the ball down, and ending up getting that ball into the foot of Cox.
Willie Spur back on the floor now. Ball ahead to Pereira. Drifting inside, he's upended, no call. Keats tracking back, has the loose ball. Jones to Spur. Hammered into the corner. Out to Gutierrez. We're seeing a higher press from the Tacoma Stars than we have in certain years. Now they have it back to Pereira. Overlap ball, no go for Keats. And Pereira's headed for the bench. Spur tried to lay it in for Caceres. It's intercepted.
Tyler John's got to be careful. He's really racking up these fouls.
That's his third of the half, so again, he's got to be careful for the entirety of this quarter and the next. Shot deflected by Juice Cox with some emphasis on it. Gabriel Costa has that pumped up into the net. Costa spent last year with Empire, was the league's newcomer of the year. 18 goals, 22 assists. Not bad for your rookie outing. That takes us to our timeout on the floor. 7:53 to go. Tacoma Stars leading 2-0. We'll be back after this at the Accesso Showwear Center and on MASL TV. Welcome back into the Accesso Showwear Center here on MASL TV. San Diego Soccer's ball to restart in the near corner after that last shot deflected up out of play. 7:53 to go, Stars leading 2-0. And Charlie Gonzalez over the ball. Gonzalez goes off the board. Toth dives out, spills it, and Caceres lumps it downfield. Juice Cox racing ahead. Gone off the wall, was looking for Kyle Rivers at the backside.
Rivers went back post there. Jamel Cox tried to set him up to a near post run, so that ball fell a little bit short, allowing San Diego to pick it off.
Looking over the top, Tavoy Morgan going to try to back up Logan Jones. Off for Pee Wee Ortega. Pardon me, that's Gabriel Costa wearing 70.
Toth so vocal on the back line.
Morgan, double team coming in from Keats, ball gone away. Keats charges in and called for the free kick. Corey Keats felt he was over the ball and having some words there with, I believe, Guerrero Pino. Like we said, Peyton, these clubs are not overly fond of one another.
Here's another look at there. It's a quick double team. Keats comes in from the bottom. It's a 50-50 challenge into the boards. Presumably a whistle for player safety caution.
And don't forget, anytime you feel there's some controversy in a game, be sure to tune in to MASL Under Review. They go around the league every week and take a look at all the calls that left you scratching your head. On the whole, pretty good refereeing crews we're lucky to have here in the MASL. boy, the whistles are coming quick and often tonight. That time, Mike Ramos.
And Nick Pereira had some words from the far side bench for that near side official.
Ruggles steps over the ball. Escoto into Correa. Ruggles gets a foot in. Loose ball, Morgan into the wall, opens the door. Staff member quickly in there. Hey, that's Felipe Souza shutting that door. Way to go, Felipe.
Even when he's off the field, he's making impacts.
Great team player. Sockers work back to the point. Morgan spins inside, gone down in a heap, free kick given.
And Devoy Morgan so dangerous against these Stars defenders. Just last week, he made a great turn on Logan Jones, had a strike from distance, and now you find him here drawing a foul, dangerous area. It was Ramon Torres this time, gets beat by that spinning Devoy Morgan. Now it's a good opportunity for the Sockers to get back within one.
This is Charlie Gonzalez over this free kick. Gonzalez goes straight into the wall, and the Stars rush out to their defensive spots. 5:50 to go here in the first quarter.
Waste of an opportunity. A place that would usually be Craig Childs over the ball, not on the roster today. So you're seeing San Diego a different look with no Craig Childs on the field.
Ahead to Christian Gutierrez, played off the wall. Toth, a sprawling save. Ramos keeps it on the ground. Now Torres turned over on the attempted clearance to Cerda. And Ramos gets a foot in. Looking to take off is Mike Ramos. Drifting forward and eventually run off the ball.
He does a good job at cutting that ball to the right, but the defender does just enough to shield him away, making it so he can't get a clear passage into the ball.
De Oliveira shot blocked. Straight back to Gonzalez. Far side, and what a tuck from Charlie Gonzalez. Pulling a goal back for the Sockers on the road.
His second of the season, and what a beaut it is. Upper bins. Come on, Charlie Gonzalez right there. What a perfectly curled shot that was just out of reach of Toth. 2-1 we have here, but man, look at this curler. Far side, upper V, Toth can't cover. And that's about the only inch of the goal that Chris Toth is not covering. Oh, what a shot.
Need the perfect gift for the MASL fan in your life? Visit maslsoccer.com/shop to browse our team's online stores and put some indoor soccer under your tree this winter. Big ball off the boards for Pereira. Canali gets past Ruggles. Now Pereira. The big man looking to work there. Scoots the ball behind him. Rafael Cox chased all the way back into his own half. They go to Toth. Remember, Toth can only play the ball with his feet once per possession. Pereira. Drifting, weaving, and we'll pull it back out.
Tacoma haven't had a goal since that opening 90 seconds where they bagged two. They only have one shot on goal since. It's been a quiet quarter for the most part if you just take away that 2 minutes where San Diego fell asleep.
Pereira, runner down off the ball. Pereira tiptoeing through. Ruggles, nifty little back heel there. Back to Pardo, who has to get creative.
I don't think Pardo was very appreciative of that back pass there. Put him in a bad situation.
You can kind of see the body language of surprise when that back pass came to him. Stars have it back. Logan Jones, Corey Keats on now for Caceres.
But you know, sometimes that's what makes San Diego such a great team, is they are able to use all 6 players on the field so wisely.
Caceres pulls away. He's playing with advantage. Lays it off the left side. Pardo, a flash save. An arm around the neck, and a shot, and a goal from Alessandro Canali, who powers one home and got a little skip in his step.
Canali had 2 last weekend against San Diego, keeps piling them up. He gets the 3rd goal of the night here. Stars leading 3-1, and it's Cox going into a dangerous area with a quick layoff. Canali's gonna battle here, get that 2nd rebound shot. It's a 50-50 ball, but it's just a great turn on it and a toe poke to that backside.
Well, the Sockers' next home match is Sunday, December 17th, when the Empire Strikers come to Pechanga Arena for a special 6:05 p.m. kickoff. It's the Sockers' annual sock toss night. We're asking fans to bring at least one new unwrapped pair of socks or underwear to the match, balled up and ready to throw, and then when the Sockers score their first goal of the night, throw it out. They donate them to Crisis House. And for their troubles, they are giving away a new Sockers clear bag. Get your tickets for Sock Toss Night now at SanDiegoSockers.com, SDSockers.com, I should say, or call 866-799-GOAL. I can honestly say, Peyton, that's the first time I've ever had fans be actively encouraged to throw underwear onto the field. But it's going for a good cause.
You gotta love this league, am I right? You know, some really good finishing tonight for the Tacoma Stars. 3 goals on 5 shots on goal. I mean, they are making the most of their efforts when they get down into the attacking end. And it hasn't felt like Pardo has been too busy, but when it gets busy down in front of him, the Stars are finishing. And that's something that we missed out on a lot last season that led the Tacoma Stars to such a steep decline early on.
Chris Toth, past midfield. Up to Pereira. Laid off outside. Smash back cross into the hands of Pardo. Been a really high energy first quarter. We got 2 minutes left in it. Tavoy Morgan, awkward first touch. He was off balance. Turn back over to Morgan, who brings it down nicely. Advantage played by the referee. Shot deflected up into the net, and it will go to the corner spot.
Watch out for Tavoy Morgan here. You know, great matchups for Tavoy Morgan where he's floating in the middle and he gets you know, fed up with Ramon Torres, Logan Jones, right now Matt Bram on Tavoy Morgan.
Quick restart and another smashed goal courtesy of Gabriel Costa. Had 2 against Tacoma last weekend. Gets his first of the night here to make it a 1-goal game.
Yeah, he was the 3rd star of that match because of those 2 goals. And he's on his way right now. He's playing really well on top of the ball and now being able to grab a goal quick off the corner kick. It's a quick little drop back and a just smash shot to the top shelf right over Chris Toth.
Back underway, 1:42 to go in this first quarter.
High octane first quarter here. 5 goals in our opening set.
Lovely ball there, looking for Bram. Races ahead, scoops it inside, brought down by Correa. And the Stars look like they're going to change personnel.
Don't know if Bram was hurt there, kind of hobbling off and maybe just holding that hamstring as he goes and sits on the bench on the far side.
Scoop ball out wide. Comes as a bit of surprise. Now it's turned over. Logan Jones, the overhead clearance.
Under a minute left. Stars got to go into the end of this quarter with that 1-goal lead, if not 2. Got to pack it in here.
Cox up to Canali. Canali grown out both the hair and the beard this year. Got a little bit of the wild man look going on.
If he's going to keep scoring like this, right, early in the first quarter, I'm all for it.
Here's Pereira, laid back, sticking a leg in there against Gutierrez. Serda trying to clear that ball. Toth lets fly with 1 second left on the clock. And we hit the quarter break. Well, like you said, Peyton, 5 goals in the opening frame, but the Stars have the lead 3-2 through 15 minutes of play. We'll be back after this on MASL TV. Welcome back to the Accesso Showwear Center here on MASL TV. Set for the start of the second quarter of play between the Tacoma Stars and the San Diego Sockers. I'm Andrew Harvey alongside Peyton Behrens. Peyton, really entertaining first quarter to open the season, so to speak, here at the Showwear Center. And Tacoma leads 3-2.
No, this is what you sign up for when you come to watch MASL soccer, is high-flying action. You can give the Tacoma Stars 3 goals early. I mean, 2 goals in that first 90 seconds. The best way that you could start. If the Tacoma Stars don't start that hot, you know, we're looking at a completely different ball game right now. But thanks to that, thanks to those defenders getting on the score sheet, we're sitting pretty right now entering the second quarter.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night exclusively on Twitch. Alex Bastiavansky and none other than Phil Levanko to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Good show. Every once in a while they have some wacko like yours truly on there. Gotta love MASL Monday.
The best Zoom appearances from his office, I hear. Great view you got there.
That's a lot better to look at than I am, I'll tell you that for free. Here comes Correa, rampaging forward, and what a finish! Adrian Correa calls his own number.
You've got to be kidding me, 33. A run that starts in the midfield. You leave Costa in the dust. His ankles are still sitting on the turf. And Adrian Correa takes it himself and slots it home past the best goalkeeper in all of MASL. That was a wonderful display. Look at this turn. There goes Costa down. Here goes Adrian Correa. Here's the shot. Oh, it's lovely. It's well done. That looks like a veteran finish from somebody who is still so young in this league, just in his 3rd season. Adrian Correa, hats off to you, young man.
San Diego probably had a thought of how this opening 16 minutes of the match was going to go. I don't think they thought it would look like this. 4 goals already. It's still such a potent offense. You can never count them out. Morgan gone down low. Try to loop back inside and cleared away. River running the floor. Tipped into the boards. De Oliveira fights him off. Gone down. Free kick.
You're seeing a new offense implemented with this Tacoma Stars team. So much last year was the long ball over the top, trying to find whatever forward is up there, most of the time Nick Pereira. But now you're seeing so much transition play, and that's where the Stars got beat so often last year. This offense just so fast-paced, fast-moving, and free-flowing. This is a good run-and-gun offense that the Stars are implementing tonight.
Mike Ramos into the attacking zone. Left-footed shot, smash back off the boards. Looking outside, Logan Jones finds the ball.
The way Jones closes down, I mean, his speed and his size are such a good combination to be able to close down a defender and take the ball away from him all within one motion.
Caceres. Pass midfield, looking over the top. Canali. Pereira looking down low, won't reach Jones. And a good tackle there from Gonzalez, gets the ball away. Left side, Felipe Gonzalez. And a free kick. Juice Cox upended him in transition.
You know, and Tacoma has been the more physical team tonight. They are racking up the fouls. San Diego pretty clean on their end so far. Tacoma really playing a little bit of bully ball out here.
Ruggles square to Cerda. Ahead to Morgan. Loop back, low shot, skips past everybody and off the boards. Here's Escoto. Cerda. Ruggles. Costa fighting his way to the ball. Morgan trying to lay it off for Costa. Goes a little further to Escoto. Cerda fights his way free, has advantage, gone inside. Keats tips it up. Shot blocked back into the corner. Morgan trying to pull it loose. And Toth chops it downfield.
There's a moment there, Canali got screened by the official on field, and then he kind of stopped playing, and it almost cost Tacoma in the long run. Tacoma really bailed out there.
Here's Escoto, gone left side. Back inside, Escoto, redirected shot and a goal. Back and forth we go, 11-11 to play in the half, and it's a one-goal game.
You know, that was a tough situation there for the Tacoma Stars because Jamel Cox went pressuring all the way up high against Pardo. Nick Pereira comes on the field as a change, and he's hustling back, trying to get into the defensive play, and then this ball just bounces its way in. It was a 4-on-3 for most of that possession, and San Diego just made the most of it there. Nick Pereira doing everything he can to try and get back into a defensive position. Unfortunate, San Diego finds their third. It's a one-goal game.
Ball quickly to Ramos, has Jones left side. Ramos surveys, pulls the ball behind him, shot deflected. Ramos hesitated for just a second. He was trying to get that window a little bit better for the shot or pass. Impossible choice. And the move broke down. Ramos fighting his way through. Pereira, some nifty footwork with the ball. Caceres. Ramos. Jones gone for a change. So too Rafael Cox. Spurs chips in. Corey Keats, far corner. Here's Juice Cox. Juice, Keats. Hard pass, heavy touch. Juice Cox looking to burn his man, gets the ball down, and Pardo with another big stop. Cox. Challenge coming in from behind. Ball past midfield, but Spur will collect.
That first attempt from Cox, he had an open Pereira making a cut into the area. Unfortunate he didn't see it. He tried to beat Pardo near post.
Cox tries to thread the needle, puts it out of play.
Tacoma starting to pile up the shots, though. The offensive presence now starting to wake up a little bit more. Yes, they have 4 goals, but man, they came in between a lot of different play down in their own end. Seeing them start to build this offense, it looks good. The Tacoma Stars are starting to piece it all together.
Guerrero Pino, back to Pardo. Cross midfield for Morgan. De Oliveira, back to Pino. And worked far side, Charlie Gonzalez. Ruggles. Tiptoe his way through, De Oliveira. Back to the outside, shot deflected, bounces into the near corner. And here comes Canali. Pressure on his back, he goes down, and a free kick.
Tacoma pleading for a blue card as Ruggles was one of the last men back. Quick breakaway Tacoma had.
That's smart play from the veteran defender. You know, you're a lot more likely to pick up that blue card if you foul someone on your side of the halfway line. Lunging tackle from Ruggles, gets the ball. Could be an odd man rush. De Oliveira handled the ball. He presumed he was fouled, but there was no whistle initially, and it is a San Diego free kick, and the crowd is displeased. Ruggles fires one into the net errantly.
You know, in this next 8 minutes and 50 seconds is going to be really tough for Tacoma because there's been no sight of Matt Bram ever since he exited the field, potentially grabbing that hamstring. Ramon Torres went towards the locker room at the in-between the quarters, has not returned.
Ramos, shot blocked, and it bounces kindly into the hands of Boris Pardo.
And then we can't forget Tyler John sitting on 4 fouls right now, or excuse me, 3 fouls in this opening half. He's working his way into foul trouble, so it's a very limited bench that Tacoma has for these next 8.5 minutes.
Keats for the simple restart. Work through Toth, open goal, and Costa kind of had to take the immediate look there. Now Toth's touch does reset because it was turned over. And that ball sliced into the penalty box. So this will come back for a spot kick.
Tacoma slipping, finding some mistakes, and this is a slippery slope against a really good team. You cannot give up anything to San Diego. You have got to play nearly perfect soccer for 60 minutes if you want to try and be able to get a win.
Charlie Gonzalez gone left side. Scuffed shot, courtesy of De Oliveira. And a long ball worked all the way back to Pardo. Collision off the ball. Juice Cox feels he was fouled. Referees didn't see it or they don't agree. Pair of quick switches. Corey Keats. Pereira trying to get off and running. Body off the ball, and Cesar Cerda has it back.
Tacoma doing too much waiting after losing challenges, looking at officials and not getting back on defense fast enough, and it's leading to dangerous opportunities for San Diego.
Cerda. Gone along for Gabriel Costa. Costa steps to his right, fires off the boards, found the head of Morgan, who couldn't direct it on frame. Ruggles. De Oliveira, through ball blocked. Ramos fires that downfield. Comes off the glass and straight to Boris Pardo. Correa gets the ball away, comes back towards him. Ruggles over to cover.
Stars on the offense now. Correa, after being able to chase that ball down, beat out Ruggles, he's going to head to the bench and try and get some offensive unit onto the field for the Tacoma Stars.
Pereira losing out to Cerda there. Gone for the overhead clearance. Logan Jones back toward Pereira. Cerda is there. And Cerda, with a rapid contortion of his upper body, draws the free kick. And the Stars feeling aggrieved because similar contact has drawn absolutely nothing from this officiating crew through the span of 2 quarters.
Yeah, and from what we've seen so far this game, that was a little soft on the softer end of the whistles that we have seen tonight.
Here's Escoto. Crossfield switch. Shot blocked into the glass. And now a free kick. That's Juice Cox's 3rd, to my understanding.
You know, and off screen there, Rafael Cox got shoved to the ground by Drew Ruggles. That initially started a reaction from the crowd, and then just moments later was when Jamel Cox went in on that challenge. A little too physical for the shove, but boy, these two teams, they are bitter rivals all the way to the end.
Well, you're seeing, Peyton, why the league was so keen to get a 3rd referee down on the floor. They're keeping them busy out there. So San Diego's free kick, just beyond the shootout line. Weave through traffic. Ruggles got to head to it. Toth bats it away.
That was great positioning from Ruggles.
And Escoto fighting for it with Canali now. Escoto wants a blue card.
I think he's arguing that Canali went high there with the elbow on the challenge. 50-50 ball. Canale, a physical player, yes. I don't know if this elbow goes too high. Let's see. Hand comes up and he shoves it back off the ball, but I don't know if there's anything too egregious.
Errant shot through traffic, comes back to Charlie Gonzalez. Kind of looked like both guys were giving as good as they got there, but again, Canale, the bigger man. Morgan, De Oliveira. Back to Pino. Charlie Gonzalez. Sockers looking to gain the zone. There's Morgan. Just helped along. Pereira sticks a foot in. Back to Pino. Escoto put into the boards by Canale. That's another free kick.
Canale's wrapping him up quick. I do not think he has room for one more in this remaining 3 minutes and 57 seconds. He is not making many friends with these Sockers players.
Here's De Oliveira trying to tiptoe his way through. And Rafael Cox has it back for Tacoma. Pereira forced back to Toth. Here's Spur. He's chopped down, free kick given, and the ball kicked away. That'll be a warning for a delay of game.
Situation like that too, you had Ruggles going low, one man going high from behind. This is a situation that you want to avoid as players, but you see a push in the back there with the tackle coming in down low. Not the best place for Charlie Gonzalez to be putting a quick shove into the back. Timeout, Tacoma Stars desperately needed at this point in the match.
3:37 on the clock. We'll take a break as well. Back shortly here at the Accesso Showwear Center. Welcome back into the Accesso Showwear Center. 3:37 to go here in the second quarter. Tacoma Stars have a one-goal lead, 4-3 over the San Diego Sockers here on MASL TV. And Harvey alongside Peyton Behrens and the Tacoma Stars over a free kick at the top right corner of your screen.
It's been entertaining, to say the least, here between these first two quarters as we are almost to a close here in the first half. 7 goals total right now, a lot of fouls. I got to imagine the second half is going to be quite the physical one. And yes, it's a good thing that we have these 3 officials on the floor to be able to keep things sane between these two. But Tacoma, they have seemed to lose their momentum that they had in that first quarter and the early portions of the second quarter.
Square ball restart. Caceres looking over the top. Gonna fall in here for Pereira. Pins it to the boards. Working against Serna. Comes inside and a flash shot. Whistle had already gone though.
That was savvy from Pereira to be able to settle that ball out of the air just against the board, pin it with his thigh. Here's a free kick and a dangerous opportunity. Nick Pereira over the top of the ball, always so crafty. Watch out for this ball to swing all the way around the perimeter and then find Willie Spur on the backside.
Spur is looking right post. Juice Cox in the middle. Caceres top right. Ramos the near side option. Pereira. Juice Cox. Caceres, and he skies it.
And that's a good look there. Caceres in a spot that he likes, that left-footed ball going all the way to the back post. He likes that area, but being able to go too high there over the bar.
Savoy Morgan. Work down low. Here's a clean look for Escoto. Keats recovers. Cross coming behind it, and there was some real pepper on that shot. Now laid down low for Cerda. He's got a lot of goal to look at, but puts it wide left. Rebound comes to Escoto. Hard tackle over along the boards, and another free kick, Tacoma.
Defensively, Tacoma's got to get more legs out, get more blocks, find their way in that defensive area, because that ball is pinging around Chris Toth, and I think Tacoma's very lucky to not be tied or trailing at this point.
Pereira trying to back up Cerda. Lays off. Logan Jones, awkward skip off the boards. Rafael Cox fakes the shot, comes back to Correa, and goes for a change. Pardon me, Rafael Cox will stay in here. Logan Jones. This is Cox. Correa looking at Ruggles, trying to stare him down. Caceres flashing inside, runs over Escoto and draws the free kick. Kick quickly taken to Pereira. He's got a one-on-one look here. Rolls outside, shot blocked, well worked Cerda, and Pereira fouled him trying to come back inside.
Jones taking that free kick quick. I mean, that's good look there. You have Pereira in a one-on-one opportunity. Escoto back. Nick Pereira doing enough to be able to turn and get a shot off. The foul gets called. But I like what I see from the Tacoma Stars on that reset.
Pardo with a big ball. Gets over Keats. Morgan floating header. Dropping in. Ruggles, Cox, and put over the boards. Head to Tavoy Morgan. Escoto. Trying to work his way through the boards. Escoto gets the shot away. Lipped away from goal. And all the way back to Pardo.
Tacoma really trying to pack it in defensively here for the last minute and 15 seconds.
De Oliveira up to Morgan. Costa also lurking inside. Here's De Oliveira. Gone back inside. Morgan didn't read the run right. 1 minute to play in the half. Here's Spur. Ahead toward Ramos. Looking to shake his man. Keats, 48 seconds now. Pereira wants the switch. .35. Tacoma taking their time. They're going to milk the clock, try to go for one last shot. Spur. Pereira. Oh, what a clever back heel that would have been from Nick Pereira. I think he was hoping for a supporting run, but didn't get it. Turnover down low. Ramos fires. Shot block. Lipped away from goal. 17 seconds now. Soccer's trying to get off and running. They'll lock it back to Toth. He'll send this ball forward to the head of Pereira. Time dwindling. Ramos pulls it down. And a good tackle there to break it up and make sure there's no last-second chance for Tacoma. Well, Peyton, a very, very entertaining back and forth first 30 minutes of this contest. And at the break, Tacoma has a 1-goal lead, 4-3.
And this is everything that you'd want to see if you're a Tacoma Stars fan here on the home opener at the ShoWare Center. Coming off of that 11-6 loss last week in San Diego, completely different ball game we have up here for the Tacoma Stars. You love to see what's going on. Offensively, the transition play is really good from Tacoma. Defensively, just looking tired, and they got to be able to keep their head, keep their composure, and lock it in for this next 30 minutes of soccer.
Well, again, we've hit halftime here at the Accesso ShoWare Center. Tacoma Stars 4, San Diego Sockers 3, and one of the Sockers, I believe it was Ortega, was just given a yellow card on his way to the locker room, so he'll be gone for 5 minutes to start. There won't be a power play. I guess I'm glad I delayed putting us into that ad break, Peyton. Stars 4, Sockers 3, Ortega on a yellow card, and we'll be back after this on MASL TV.
What's up, soccer fans? I'm Alex Mastervansky. This is the MASL in 5, where we break down all the biggest news from the league over the past week in just 5 minutes. Let's get to it.
Con el número 0, lanza largo de manos, esta puede ser gol. ¡Gol!
Let's look at who's hot at the moment. Monterrey is off to a sizzling start this season. They had their way with a rebuilding Dallas Sidekicks team last weekend, beating them 22-5, and they've now outscored their opposition 31-7 through 2 games. KC also had a fantastic start to the campaign. They dropped St. Louis 7-2 in the Battle of Missouri last weekend and are unbeaten in 2 and have outscored opponents 16-5. And KC getting balanced scoring all through that lineup. San Diego played its first game of the season last weekend, taking down Tacoma 11-6. All eyes will be on the Sockers this campaign. They expect to win the title every year, and they've made some significant additions with Gabriel Costa and Drew Ruggles, but it was an old school soccer leading the way last weekend. The captain, Craig Childs, he was named first star in the game, notching 3 goals and an assist for 4 points total against Tacoma. Also hot last weekend, 2 Texas Outlaws. Sebastian Mendez was on fire against Baltimore. The Outlaws took down the Blast 9-5. Mendez was the game's first star with 5 points. Teammate Luis Morales was likewise finding the back of the net. Morales had a hat trick against the Blast. He was named the game's 3rd star. Are Mendez and Morales the best young duo in the league this year? They just might be. Rion Marquez was a standout for the Comets in their win over St. Louis. He converted a penalty kick and had 2 assists for 3 points. He was named the game's first star. As mentioned, Casey getting balanced scoring. 6 players scored in the contest. And finally, Logan Roberts had an awesome game for Utica City in its opener against Harrisburg. The Blues took the contest 7-5. Roberts put up 3 points and was named the game's 2nd star. Now, looking ahead to next weekend, one big matchup to check out will be Monterrey and Chihuahua. They've got a home-and-home on the 15th and 17th. It is the first edition this year of the Battle of Mexico. Both teams have started out the campaign on fire. Chihuahua has only played once, but they smoked Empire 8-1. Monterrey is 2-0. This season, the teams are in different conferences, so you never know. This could be a preview of the Ron Newman Cup final way down the road. And the biggest league news from last week is that Empire has made a massive signing. They needed to bolster their lineup. Boy, did they ever. They have signed former Mexican international Marco Fabian, who's a Liga MX veteran, having played with numerous clubs, and also he spent time in the Bundesliga with Frankfurt. Welcome to the MASL, Marco. Players of the week for the second consecutive week. Nicolau Neto takes the goalie award. He had a fantastic game against St. Louis, 15 stops against the Ambush. Your defensive player of the week, Richard Schmerman of St. Louis. The Ambush, of course, were in tough against KC, but Richard had a great game. 5 blocks against the Comets. And offensively, it's Jose Antonio Medina getting the nod. A lot of Monterrey players could have taken this award offensively, though. They had a field day against Dallas. 6 points, though, in the contest for Medina. And your top 5 scoring leaders right now. Lots of Monterrey players in there. Castillo leading the way, followed by Sosa, Cortez, Medina, and Sebastian Mendez of the Texas Outlaws. Let's take a look at some of the top plays from the past week.
To the middle, looking for Felipe. He's got one. Left it for Scoto for the lovely cheeky chip.
Dino settles. Diesel drives. Score! Come out with it. Oh, good chance here. Oh, look at this. Goal. Morales scores again.
Among other changes, of course, Mijatovic getting traded. Dominic Francis in transition bangs it in.
El amague. Vamos a ver la pelota que se viene a entrar y después gol.
Good forward at 20 blocks last season. Ferreira steps into it and scores.
Y eso que Johnny Gamboa lo intentó. ¡Golazo! ¡Faltabas tú! ¡El gigante! ¡El más grande!
And that is a wrap for this week, but just a reminder to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the MASL throughout the season. Be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Welcome back to the Accesso Showwear Center. About a minute from the start of the second half between the Tacoma Stars and the San Diego Sockers here on MASL TV. Andrew Harvey alongside Peyton Behrens. And it was a back and forth first half, 4-3 through 2 quarters of play. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Well, Peyton, it has been an energetic first half, and as you mentioned, some injury concerns for Tacoma down the stretch there. Roman Torres, Matt Bram, both into the locker room early. And what can you tell us from what you can see down there now?
Yeah, it looks like Bram didn't come out with any sort of shin guards on, took the socks off, track jacket on, so it's presumable to say that he is shut down for the night. Outside of that, no sign of Roman Torres, and where his status has been, Tyler John had to sit out a lot of that second quarter so that he didn't accumulate fouls and end up with a blue card sitting in the box. So that's 3 guys off the bench at the end of that first half that Tacoma Stars just didn't have, period. Canale almost worked himself into that, but I genuinely think the Tacoma Stars were in a situation where they had to put somebody on the field there because you simply cannot run it first half with only a 6-man bench in that situation.
So we'll see if the long minutes affect Tacoma down the stretch here. It was Roman Torres who, in his Accesso Showwear Center Tacoma Stars debut, bagged that opening goal 31 seconds into the contest to make it 1-0. And then Matt Bram tacked in another about a minute after that. So a quick start. Tacoma has stayed competitive, stayed aggressive. But this is a very, very accomplished San Diego Sockers side. It will certainly prove a challenge as we get this third quarter started. Nick Pereira is over the ball in center circle. Stars will move from left to right on your screen here in this third quarter.
Andrew, 2 other Western Conference teams tonight notched their first win on the season. The Dallas Sidekicks topped the Texas Outlaws to get their first win, and the Empire Strikers got their first win of the season. Can the Tacoma Stars be the 3rd Western Conference team tonight to get their first win of the season? A tall challenge, a 1-goal lead against one of the best teams MASL has ever seen.
And a side that probably certainly felt like they were really on track to go for a three-peat in the Ron Newman Cup last year before they got derailed by Chihuahua Savage and went on to lift the trophy. But you can never look past anybody in this league, and Chihuahua, definitely a good team, great atmosphere down there in Mexico. Canale has this far corner. Back for Pereira. Juice Cox. Keats lets that run. I think he thought he had Pereira switching behind him. Ruggles. Juice Cox has it back.
Great spells of possession so far for Tacoma to open up this opening minute of the third quarter. Right there, I mean, it's what you want to see. Tyler John back onto the field now for the first time since early in the second quarter.
Turn over here, De Oliveira looking for Ruggles. Keats gets a foot in, gets the ball away. Here's Spur. Gone ahead, Pereira. Lovely little leave. Tyler John racing into the corner.
And with a short bench, I think that you're going to be selective on when you see Tacoma release to go forward. They're going to try and sit, and they're going to try and possess because it's going to save legs and ultimately help them late on in the fourth quarter.
So is it incumbent then on San Diego to kind of come get Tacoma and ramp up the pressure that they play? They usually are so good on defense. They kind of have their pick of the litter of offensive chances throughout 4 quarters of play.
Yeah, I think with San Diego having a full bench, being well rested since last week, first game since last weekend for them. Same with Tacoma Stars, but having those extra bench guys, they can go on those somewhat longer shifts. They can push all the way to the end of the field.
Pardo risky across the face of goal there. Keats floats it in toward Tyler John. Fights his way loose. Left-footed shot is blocked. Turned over by Costa. Juice Cox lets fly. Off the boards. Comes right back to him. Costa puts a shoulder in. And a blocking foul called against Tacoma. Will he spur the aggrieved party and the warning for delay of game as well?
Here's another look at it. Spur up against the boards, just trying to get a stop here. He makes contact with the ball, and I don't know, he kind of gets bulldozed over.
Flipped outside, Cox to Cox. Here's Juice Cox gone down low. Pardo secures the rebound.
Well, I'd like to see Rafael Cox turn when he got that rather than laying off to Jamel. I thought he would have been in a more dangerous situation. Yes, he would have had less space, but he would have been right in front of goal for a strike.
Fist fight there. Charlie Gonzalez over to Escoto. Escoto drew something like 6 fouls in that first half. Pino. Shot through traffic. Toth spills it. Escoto on the loose ball.
Unlike Chris Toth to let that ball through his hands.
Pino. Escoto. Morgan looking to lurk inside. Clearance block. Charlie Gonzalez. Far arc looking for Tavoy Morgan. Double team coming. Back to Ruggles. Center ball. Pino. Ruggles. Left-footed shot. It's loose. Keats tripped up. He's rolled up on the ball. What's the referee called? Referee looking in his pocket. He's given a blue card to Corey Keats for handling inside the penalty area. Keats fouled there, but then you see that arm reach out and touch the ball. So this is a penalty kick to potentially tie the game.
You know, in a bad situation, Keats goes in, right? He's on the ground, and you've seen this in so much in professional soccer where players will just try and grab the ball in order to stop play, try and make the referee make a decision. This one comes out on Keats, and Keats obviously maybe thinks he gets fouled in that situation. There's the call for handling. But, you know, Keats in that situation, he falls on top of the ball. He thinks he's fouled, so he's going to grab it, try and stop play. Hopefully the whistle goes in his favor. But right now it's a penalty on the way.
Toth squared up in goal against Escoto. And he buries it. It's a tie game. First tie of the game. And the penalty on Keats releases. Escoto now on a brace.
And it's just a powerful shot, and this is what you want to do on penalties. You want to hammer them and give the goalkeeper no chance. And that's well hit, well placed. Second goal on the season right now for Escoto.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. So back to square footing. Haven't been here since about 31 seconds of the game. 29, actually. Ramos tipped away from him. Pereira. Pereira just decides to poke a shot at goal, see if Pardo's paying attention. He was. Now Pardo looking for the long ball. Morgan on the change. Heavy first touch, knocked away from him. Straight back to Pereira. Stars are changing. Ball is in the bench.
You know, Mike Ramos was the last man back there in that situation. Here's that Nick Pereira. Quick little shot, flat-footed. Right, it's the right attempt. Trying to go for placement there, overpower, and just trying to slip it through.
Ball left side to Cerda. Juice Cox gets in front of him. Try to shepherd it back to Toth. Now turns the outside. De Oliveira. De Oliveira. Shot whistles wide, chested back to Toth by Alex Caceres.
You know, I think with no Torres and with no Bram, you're going to start to see some attacking Tacoma Stars in some more defensive positions. We saw Jamel Cox lingering back on the defensive end, and he's going to play that safety, almost in that same position when he plays as a sixth attacker, right? Top of the point, and he's able to track everything back. And I think that's going to be some of the speedier guys' role in order to close down and stop the transition when your traditional defenders have gotten injured tonight.
Spur trying to dribble up the left side. Charlie Gonzalez. Header intercept. Comes back toward Pardo. And he has to punch it off the head of Nick Pereira. Not too many people in the league who can win an aerial battle against that man without the use of their hands. Juan Gonzalez on the floor now. Finds Ruggles. Back to Pardo. Ball over the top. It finds Costa. Costa racing in here. Shot deflected wide left. Gonzalez. Off for Escoto. Toth did enough to tip that wide. Juice Cox. Trying to break free. Corey Keats. Herrera. Back inside for Logan Jones, who let it run. Tyler John slips back on the floor.
Pereira's in on a long shift right now.
Costa spins left. Trying to dribble Corey Keats, gets the ball past him. Tyler John gets a foot in and breaks it up. And Pereira's going to try to clear it all on his own. Turned over to Ruggles. Escoto. Left-footed shot off the plexiglass. San Diego going for a chance to slow things down. John upended, turned over. Escoto. Costa. Tavoy Morgan. Ball down low. John has it. Toth knocks it wide. Spur. Keats trying to flip it up to Juice Cox. Sockers have not let the Stars out of their own end. Morgan has it now. Cut inside. Ruggles has to slow up for it. Now he's on his left foot. Ruggles fires. Shot blocked by Pereira. The follow-up shot ricochets off Toth. And Pereira with the overhead clearance pumps that off the top of the glass. And that's going to come back to the top of the arc. Stars going to go for a change. And Pereira felt like he was out there for 5 minutes, Peyton.
Look at Pereira doing the defensive work, getting those long legs in the mix and getting some blocks here in Tacoma. That's well done from Nick Pereira. It's all about good positioning there, being able to see the play, anticipate, get that block out, and near probably a goal-saving block.
Well, we hit the media timeout. We'll keep it right here for you. There was some consternation among some people last year that Nick Pereira didn't deserve the MVP because he didn't rack up any blocks last year, despite the fact that he averaged about 3 points a game. So maybe he's trying to answer his critics here tonight.
Playing a little bit of defense out here, making sure that everyone knows Nick Pereira is a block machine, okay? When you have a frame like that, Nick Pereira and the go-go gadget legs, no doubt in my mind that Nick Pereira has the blocking ability in him.
And Sockers fans, Saturday night, December 30th, the Sockers and Tacoma Stars will meet once again down in San Diego. It'll be team poster night. All fans in attendance will receive a new 2023-24 Sockers team poster with a special post-match autograph session on the field. Get autographs and selfies with your favorite Sockers stars. Tickets are available for team poster night by calling 866-799-GOAL or visiting sdsockers.com.
Looking ahead at the upcoming schedule, the Stars got the Baltimore Blast coming to town next week. Always good to host the Eastern Conference rivals and being able to see Baltimore come to town.
So top of the arc here as we are set to restart play. Tavoy Morgan lurking at the left post. Ruggles at the right, De Oliveira and Costa the left side. Charlie Gonzalez over the ball. Gonzalez, Costa, shot blocked. Pardo will play it at midfield. He goes over the top. Keats with a header. Charlie Gonzalez. De Oliveira. Charlie Gonzalez. Back to Cerda. Ball dropping in there. Falls kindly to Mike Ramos. Awkward bounce pass there to Chris Toth off the head of Kyle Rivers. And apart from the first couple minutes of this third quarter, the Stars really have not had meaningful possession in the attacking end.
Yeah, not being able to connect a lot offensively. Seems like this team is really worried about giving up the next goal.
Toth wasn't sure he'd be able to handle that ball legally, so he heads it out wide. Juan Gonzalez. De Oliveira, Cerda, Ruggles. One thing we do know, Peyton, these shifts on the defensive side of the ball take so much more out of you than the offensive shifts. Less adrenaline, all those little micro adjustments, have to be watching everything all the time. They can take a toll.
Offensively, you're moving so much more free-flowing. Defensively, you're reactive and you're anticipating everything.
Morgan gets free, puts his shot wide. Loose ball and lipped away by Caceres.
Tavoy Morgan, so good in those one-on-one situations. The fact that he doesn't score and put that thing away right there. He is such a talented player, so physical, and then being able to fire a shot seemingly off balance where everyone else is going to be off balance. But man, he's able to make that massive strike.
You know, credit the Stars defense, but Morgan's just been a little bit off his game tonight.
Don't speak too soon. It's only the third quarter.
That's fair. One thing we know about championship caliber teams, and the Sockers are definitely that, they can have a way of kind of finding that gear when they need to. Bouncing ball in here towards Cerda. Canali comes crashing in. Ball lipped away. Juice Cox in a foot race.
Tavoy Morgan, 2 goals, 1 assist the last time these two teams met last weekend.
Canali came in for emphasis and pulled down over the ball. Free kick.
I think that's a relief for Canale to hear a whistle and him not be the criminal in the foul. This time he comes up as the victim. Physical play along the boards and finally taken down off his feet.
And Peyton, not to jinx this either, 3:40 left to go in the third quarter. And outside of Corey Keats, who again was let immediately back out of the penalty box because Escoda scored the penalty kick, we haven't actually had a man down for either side tonight. Pee-wee Ortega carded after the end of the first half, so he sat and has finished his stint in the penalty box, but there's been no power plays. Pereira off the boards, looking inside, loose ball, follow-up shot, ricocheted, and I think it bounced off Tyler John in front of goal.
And potentially when it comes to, no power play so far with this, I think these referees, they're managing the game to a point to where they're calling these softer fouls so that we're not getting the bigger challenges and finding things that are starting to accumulate and brew and fester that then lead to the massive challenge that's going to lead to a trip to the sin bin.
That is an excellent point, Peyton. Another look at this last effort. Yeah, and that one came off John in front of goal. Restarted by Spur. He's moving forward. Tries to whistle one to the far side. Ramos. Good control from Ramos, but a better poke. And Juice Cox doing what he does best, just eating up floor space.
That was a business decision from Gutierrez. He thought about chasing that ball down at full speed, saw that Jamel Cox was there, and knew he wasn't going to win that foot race.
Another risky turnover. And there was some appeal from San Diego. You saw even Toth hesitate to be sure he could play that ball, but the referee pointed, said it had touched a Sockers player. That's all it takes, is one little touch. It's not an establishment of possession. Here's Escoda. Pino, Charlie Gonzalez, Morgan. And Morgan was pulling Logan Jones as he fought to get free.
And that's something that Tavoy Morgan doesn't often get called on him. That jersey pull when he is posting up, and every forward in this league uses that move where they're pulling on the defender's jersey, trying to control, trying to position.
I have a feeling, Peyton, that's one of those fouls we're probably going to see a lot more of over the course of the season now that there's a third set of eyes down there. Because players are used to knowing what angles they can play at that's probably not going to get noticed, but now there's a third body down there going, hang on now.
And it's all for the betterment of the game, right? You never want to see your defender get pulled down and the opposing attacker score because of a jersey pull.
Herrera gets free, gets past Pardo and scores!
The celebration says it all. Nick Pereira is exhausted in this third quarter, but he is willing the Stars to a lead. 5-4, minute 15 to play in this third quarter. And Tacoma, in a quarter where they've nearly been outplayed the entire time, they're able to sit at the end of this stage, just a goal up. But man, this third quarter has been incredible. The defense has been able to do enough to hold San Diego to 1. Tacoma gets their own to keep that 1-goal lead. There's Nick Pereira, and let that man take a breather.
Goals like that can only be scored by guys who have the capacity to make more of a difference on your team than anybody else in the league. Peyton, if only there was some kind of term to describe that sort of player. I got nothing.
No, maybe we'll come up with it next year.
Most awesome contributor. That's what I got.
The MAC. Rolls off the tongue just well.
Ball gone ahead for Canali, gets a touch to it. Pardo forced to play. Canali's all alone on his left foot here. Swing and a miss from Canali. And the Stars stay on offense. Play is going to stop here. It didn't really look like there was much contact between Canali and the San Diego player who's down. I can't quite make out the number.
I believe that's Brandon Escoto.
I think you might be right. And you hate to see this. Because again, there really didn't seem to be anything in it.
So that's Canali on the turn. The lunge tackle goes in, and perhaps the foot gets caught under Canali's step while he's trying to take his shot. Maybe that's why Canali is, mistimes that ball. It bounces off of his plant foot there. Escoto does just enough to mess up Canali's timing. Right now, Escoto being worked back to his feet.
Well, Escoto will have to come off the field and won't be allowed back on until the next guaranteed substitution opportunity. Of course, since there's 40.2 seconds in the quarter, it won't be that long if he is, in fact, able to keep playing. But you saw him lunge in on that tackle, make contact with Canali, and appears to have kind of done a number on himself in the process.
And right now, walking off the field just fine underneath his own power at an appropriate pace.
Which you like to see.
Great to see, avoiding the injury there. 40.2 seconds, Tacoma will have a dead ball situation where the referee blew play dead. And a smart move to stop play there where he's sitting in a dangerous attacking area. The ball's gonna stay in the attacking area. You wanna clean play up and make sure that he doesn't interfere with play while on the ground.
Another good work from our referees. Here's Rafael Cox, poked away by Ruggles. Caceres. Second time tonight, a San Diego player has kicked the ball away. Admittedly, Gonzalez, it was a slow whistle coming. Didn't really have time to stop himself. Restarted to John, 24 seconds in the quarter. John spins outside and drives ahead. John, low shot, loose ball, lipped away, follow-up effort, put into the glass over the head of Pereira. 15 seconds now. San Diego brings it under control. 7 seconds to go. Caceres will have to push the tempo. Gone over the top for Pereira. Pardo catches it cleanly, and we'll head to the fourth quarter. They had a 1-goal lead at halftime. They have a 1-goal lead after 3, Peyton. 5 goals to 4 from the Tacoma Stars in what was kind of a gut check quarter for both teams.
Yeah, and somewhere where a lot of people wouldn't expect Tacoma to be right now, leading after 3 quarters following an 11-6 loss on the road in San Diego. Yes, this is a team that doesn't have Craig Childs with them right now, one of their best players, but this team is nearly at full rest, full everything. And right now you're seeing Tacoma outplay, outwork, out-hustle. Tacoma seems like they want it more in this situation. And, you know, they're doing it well on the defensive end. They're pushing on the offensive end. They're looking to make the most out of everything. And then you got guys like Nick Pereira, who's just being able to score from all sorts of different angles. He's got the opening assist. He's got a goal. This is why this guy is the reigning MVP in this league.
You see on your screen there the mini ball toss. Everybody's favorite, what's it? I guess technically it's the third intermission between first quarter, second quarter, and halftime. Folks trying to ping the ball into the car roll and length of floor there. Peyton, like you mentioned at halftime, right? A couple of banged up bodies for Tacoma. It's been a physical game on both sides. We saw Scoto go down there at the end of the quarter. So really, does this match come back down to who has more left in the tank?
Yeah, and it seems that way, and a little bit of heart goes into that too. Which guys are going to will themselves into victory? Right now, like I said, Tacoma's been a team that looks like that they want it more, whereas San Diego, right, they're settling, they're waiting for that game to come to them. They're waiting for San Diego soccer's things to happen where they bag 2 goals late, and then it looks easy when the opposing team goes into the empty net situation. But right now, Tacoma, you know, you got to make sure that they're healthy enough to get to that finish line. Even during this intermission there, Caceres was getting some extra tape, getting treated by the trainers there. And yes, it's a physical game. It's a grueling game. These guys, there's a ton of wear and tear on their body. But you got to be able to find yourself into a situation where you're healthy enough to just push on through and get into that last 2 minutes, 3 minutes where you can try and put this game away. Tacoma, you know, they got to find a place where they're leading late in this game and get comfortable for Pardo to come out of the net and then counter, find that empty netter and extend this lead even more.
Taking a look at things, Tacoma got off to a rip-roaring start, courtesy of their newcomers, Omar Torres and Matt Graham. Both scored in the opening 2 minutes of the contest, make it 2-0. Charlie Gonzalez pulled a goal back with about 5 minutes to go in that first quarter. And then Alessandro Canali made it 3-1. Biggest advantage of the night for Tacoma. Right before, Gabriel Costa, like we said, the newcomer of the year in the league last year, closed the gap back to 1 goal. So we had a 5-goal first quarter. I cannot remember the last time we saw that much offense right out of the gate from both teams here at the ShoWare Center. Games kind of tend to take some time to ramp up when teams come to play here. And then the second quarter, 1 goal apiece. Third quarter, 1 goal apiece. Here we go in the final frame.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out between these two teams. I mean, the fourth quarter and the last matchup between these two sides, it got a little feisty, right? A lot of goals came late. It looked like San Diego, they ended up scoring 4 in that fourth quarter. So it's a team that can turn it on late. Yes, there was empty netters that went along inside of that. But being able to score 4 in any given quarter, that's what teams like San Diego do. Tacoma, they scored 2 in that fourth quarter, but it wasn't the result that they were looking for. Right now, you're sitting in a place where you can strike, you can score, you can win this game. And Tacoma, a team that has such a tough home record against the San Diego Sockers. 2-13 all time as far back as MASL goes between these two sides, right? You're in a position that you're not in often. A lead at home against the Sockers, one of the top teams in MASL. This is your moment. This, to start the season this way at home, yes, you lost to them on the road. You answer the call back right now, you're setting your season on the right foot.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Teams back out on the floor now as all the mini balls been cleared off. Set for the start of the fourth quarter. Tavoy Morgan over the ball at center circle. 15 minutes left to go. The possibility of overtime on the table. Just a 1-goal game as we get this fourth quarter ready to go. And Peyton, to your point a moment ago about the importance of this game for both teams, Stars play at home Sunday the 17th. Loose ball there, and it's a level game. Didn't have to wait long, did San Diego, and you can see the body language of Tacoma. They knew they could not afford that early concession.
That looked like Farber on the back post, somebody who's been quiet, but a thorn in the side of Tacoma for so many years. Brian Farber just sitting, waiting, poaching. Has an empty net as that ball bounces over to him. It's Tavoy Morgan on the pass, and then just a little rolled ball, just 11 seconds into this fourth quarter.
And we're getting word now that the goal scorer was Felipe Gonzalez, who is wearing the number 7. Brian Farber listed on the roster as 7. In any event, back to a level footing. Now a free kick for Tacoma. Pereira strikes through traffic, hits the right post. Follow-up shot, ricocheted. Ramos pulls it down, spins outside, and shot straight into the hands of Pardo.
Tie game, and Tacoma starting to pile on the shots, and that's something that you love to see. And a whistle blown off the ball as there was a small collision. That will be a foul on Canale, something to watch.
Tough running, De Oliveira down low, Toth off his line, and a follow-up save from Chris Toth.
I love Tyler John adding a little bit of physical contact, not making that shot easy for Tavoy Morgan.
This is John looking to spread the floor. It was Canale's first of the second half and 3rd overall, so he's in pretty safe territory. Canale, shot blocked by Ruggles. But again, it's going to take everyone giving everything they've got. So we're back to a tie game. Second time tonight, well, 3rd if you count the opening for 30 seconds that we've been tied. Brandon Escoto hit a ball from the penalty mark to make it 4-4 in that 3rd quarter. We've not seen Escoto on the floor since he went down with that injury with under a minute to go. Ball ahead, Pereira. Cerda picks his pocket. Looking to spring a counterattack. Logan Jones tracking back. Cerda trying to bring the ball down. Logan Jones put a shoulder into him and is shown the blue card right away. Well, I think Jones knew he was probably running the risk on that challenge there, Peyton, but he was not going to be able to close Cerda down from behind.
And you know, I don't love that blue card. I think Jones does the right move. He goes in shoulder to shoulder, and it just happens Jones is the stronger player here, right? His hand stays low. I mean, that's exactly what you ask defenders to do in that situation. The challenge flag is on the field. We will go to video review, see if this maybe gets overturned. This would be huge for the Tacoma Stars because you go down on this power play, you play 5-on-4 in a penalty situation, because that's what they've awarded here.
And the shootout as well.
And I will say Logan Jones, one of the smartest defenders in the league overall, positioning. Thought we were going to have an announcement already. But Jones is just so good with his positioning. A smart player, knows when to step in.
So it is tripping, the official call against Logan Jones. They have thrown the challenge flag. And again, Peyton, the video review, a new introduction to the league these last couple seasons, but it's been met on the whole with pretty universal acclaim. Everybody likes the fact that the game's advanced to a point now, both the league, the referees, and all the clubs have decided, all right, let's give the referees a chance to take a look at everything. And what they might be potentially looking at based on this replay that we see on our screen right now is that there was another foul.
Right now we're trying to understand if there was actually tripping in the play, because tripping was the blue card on the field. And we may have a decision. But Logan Jones seemingly goes shoulder to shoulder in this challenge. Like you were saying, video replay, Jones is standing at the door like he's ready to come out.
He's also just looking at the replay monitor. This is one of the things you got to love about video review is, you can't be inside that arc there. No player can come in. It's a 5-minute yellow card. But the guy who's rung up on the charges gets a in-depth look at what the referees are looking at. And the referees have taken a look. They've decided the call was the correct one. It will be a shootout. Brandon Escoto, who went off injured in the third quarter, is back over the ball. And now Chris Toth has some work to do. Remember, the shootout rules. Every other player must wait behind the halfway line until the whistle is blown. And Escoto has 5 seconds to shoot the ball. Play will be live. Toth must have 1 foot on his line. I may be mistaken about the 5-second rule. That may apply only to overtime shootouts. Any event, it will happen quickly.
This will be the first one Toth has faced this season. Escoto's first attempt.
Escoto ready. Toth ready. Whistle goes. Escoto goes left, dribbles Toth. Toth forces him wide. He comes back inside. He's upended in the box, and the ref says it's a clean play. So the Stars settle into the penalty kill. They're down a man for 2 minutes.
Phil Salvaggio already has the challenge flag in his hand.
Must wait for a stoppage in play to issue the challenge. And now the challenge flag comes on the field. Kind of clever gamesmanship from Salvaggio.
Wait for the counterattack. Tyler John was clear going in. Big, heavy touch. That challenge flag comes in, and now we're going to see another review. I think Toth did get a lot of Escoto in that situation. This is John off the wall to himself on the quick counter. These are the important moments of the game. Right, these moments, and this is why video review is so important. We're seeing big calls that are game-altering calls. And the challenge on the Logan Jones foul upheld. We'll see if this one on the field gets any sort of clear and overwhelming evidence that's going to overturn this call that was made on the field as no call.
So they're going to roll it back. And remember, right, speed, not of the essence here. There's no time limit. They're going to take as long as it takes to get the call right, but they also need clear evidence that they got the call wrong to change their minds. So here's the action in question.
Again, Logan Jones standing with a front row seat to the video monitor.
Well worked by Toth to force Escoto out wide. Came back inside. Shot was blocked. Toth going for the ball. Boy, it awfully looks a lot like that right leg of Chris Toth kind of got wrapped up inside that left leg of Brandon Escoto.
And Andrew, let me ask you your opinion on this in professional sports. When you review plays, right, and you slow them down to frame by frame, in my opinion, it distorts what we're seeing, right? I believe that, when we're watching video review, we should watch it in real time. And if it's not clear and obvious in real time, then it's not worth overturning. That's just, in personal opinion. I'm no referee, nor have I done any of the certifications to be a referee.
Well, actually, as you look at it there, it actually looks like he doesn't hook the inside leg. Looks like they might have just collided, both of them fighting for a ball. Peyton, what I'd say is, right, questions about the magnitude of force in a challenge. Challenges always look worse in slow motion because you have a much longer look at everything. Now, if it's a factual matter of was there or was there not a trip, then a frame-by-frame analysis is probably the best way to tell. Let's take a look. The referees seem to have reached their decision. It is a foul on Chris Toth. It is a 2-minute blue card for tripping. The new rule in the league as of a year ago, goalies have to serve their own penalties. So Chris Toth has to go head to the penalty box, and he's not allowed to stick around. They can give him a yellow card if he doesn't get over their lickety-split. And Luis Birueta will have to come on and try to stop a penalty to keep the game level at 5.
And Logan Jones is going to have to slide over and make a little bit of room. It's going to get cozy in the penalty box. It doesn't look like any time gets reset on to the game clock here, even though the infringement on Chris Toth was probably roughly about 20 seconds ago. So 1:35 sits on Logan Jones's 2-minute penalty. Toth in the box for 2 minutes. 12:34 on the game clock. And Escoto stands over the ball for another penalty attempt, his second of the night.
Escoto already converted one, made it 4-4 back in the third quarter. Whistle goes. Escoto goes. And is stopped. Rebound beyond him. Loose ball on the follow-up shot. Two-man advantage for San Diego. Costa. Escoto. Gone down low. Minute 20 on the penalty to Jones. Threaded through traffic. Blocked by Keats. Costa with space. Down low, Escoto. Near side save, Birueta. And Keats plays this off the glass. Adrian Correa is going to try to run the ball free. Double teamed along the boards and draws the free kick.
This is where legends are made, Andrew.
And the crowd going ballistic here at the ShoWare Center.
Here's the penalty save. It's a short dive to the right. That ball went middle, and the foot save, the kick save, keeps it away.
Keats just lumps the ball forward. 55 seconds on Jones's penalty, a minute 17 on Toth's, which Nick Pereira is serving. Costa. Looking for their angle. Back to the top of the arc, swung far side. De Oliveira. Charlie Gonzalez threaded through traffic and tapped home. Charlie Gonzalez claims the goal, and the Sockers have their first lead of the night.
Just a minute after Toth goes into the bin, Charlie Gonzalez is able to net one, and a 5-on-3. It was nearly imminent on when that goal was going to come.
So Jones's penalty releases. Toth will have to serve his. He's still in the bench, in the penalty box, I should say, forgive me. And Nick Pereira sitting right alongside him for another 60 seconds. So straight back to the penalty kill for Tacoma. And the Sockers will definitely hope to try to capitalize on this next minute of play and double up. Awkward deflection, header into Pardo. $11:20 left to play. Sockers lead 6-5. Costa. Escoto down low. Working against Keats. Escoto launches himself headfirst in the boards, and Corey Keats picks up a blue card for boarding.
Keats' second blue card of the night. Escoto clutching his head.
Well, with how hard he threw himself into the boards there, Peyton, he could have seriously hurt himself. the Stars, again, have used their challenge, so they cannot argue that call, cannot get it reviewed. And back to a 5-on-3 advantage on the floor.
Just a situation where you lose your head, you lose your moment, right? In these situations, you can't go in 2 hands extended on any player in this league. Finding yourself down into a situation where it's another 5-on-3 situation, you got to ask those 3 guys right now to really lock it in. Logan Jones, Kyle Rivers, Tyler John.
De Oliveira far side. Costa, 27 on the penalty. And that one skips past Pirouetta. Another goal for San Diego. And Charlie Gonzalez has a hat trick.
Quick back-to-back goals for Charlie Gonzalez there to make this thing 7-5. Another blue card period has ended. Toth will come back onto the field.
Like you said, Peyton, if you manage to get a 2-man advantage on the floor and you don't score, it's a pretty colossal failure. Pirouetta maybe would like another look at that as it kind of just skips off his foot. But Tacoma with some long work to do. And again, there's still a man down for basically another 2 minutes.
I think the one silver lining in this whole thing for Tacoma is that series of blue cards, penalties, reviews, all that allowed them to get some extra rest. I mean,
and we're going to go to 4-on-4. Tyler John put headlong into the boards and an immediate blue card from the referees. Hey, Peyton, remember back in the 3rd quarter when I said we hadn't seen a man go to the penalty box today?
And that's Juan Gonzalez, it looks like, heading over to the penalty box.
So Juan Gonzalez will sit 2. Corey Keats sitting 1:39. And this is going to free up some space on the floor here. Tacoma could look into pulling a goal back. Remember that the MASL rulebook says that any goals scored during a 4-on-4 don't actually release someone from the penalty box because it's not considered a power play goal. So basically, whatever happens, we're going to play 4-on-4 for the next 1:40 at least.
Granted, another blue card.
Yes, Peyton, I suppose I need to be prepared for that eventuality. It seems certain. Cerda has it here. Remember, Tacoma's going to have to come chase them down to get the ball. They're more than happy to work the clock with this 2-goal advantage.
For those keeping score at home, 2 minutes and 14 seconds produced 4 blue cards in this game. Are you not entertained?
I think some Tacoma Stars fans might not be. Cleared as far away as Cerda. .50 seconds now on Keats's penalty. Cerda. Back to Ruggles. Shot blocked by Toth. And a whistle gone against Ruggles in the attacking penalty area. There'll be about a 20-second gap between Keats' release and Juan Gonzalez's. Toth gonna venture across midfield here. Gone ahead, Canali. And Canali rung up for the free kick. Well, the Stars have been the more physical team certainly tonight, Peyton, but definitely this foul ledger is pretty one-sided. Adrian Correa out to midfield. He's tripped up and dispossessed. Felipe Gonzalez moving ahead. Tiptoeing his way through, and a shoulder comes in, dislodges him from the ball. 10 seconds on the power play for Tacoma. Juan Gonzalez lurking by the penalty box door. Stars changed their personnel, and we're pretty much back to even strength.
Corey Keats pleading for too many men on the field. Drew Ruggles was late to change. Nick Pereira gives an earful to an official.
And again, no challenge flag to potentially take a look at it. That is a challengeable call, as it is a 2-minute blue card. So 8.5 left to go, a 2-goal deficit for Tacoma. Pereira, left-footed shot, whistles off the boards. Ramos follow-up, skied into the net.
I think that shot was just hit with a bunch of pent-up anger from Mike Ramos, and you can feel the anger in this, the tension coming from these Tacoma Stars.
I'll disagree with the call tonight. You might just see it on MASL's most controversial show, Under Review. Catch it every Friday on Twitch. And Peyton, I suspect we'll see 1 or 2 of tonight's action. Turned over there, Charlie Gonzalez, tipped away from him. With Phil and Ryan Sigich, league director of refereeing.
I think we can fill a whole episode with tonight's game.
Another free kick. Tyler John draws it in his defensive half. And someone's being given a yellow card. One of our referees had the yellow card out of his pocket, at least as he came over, but I didn't actually see him issue it to anybody. There's been some chattiness from players over the perceived calls or non-calls. Billy Spur is in the official's arc. He's not supposed to be there, but he doesn't appear to be trying to actively listen. And now the referee over to explain it. Adam Becker. I don't think it was related to that foul. There wasn't enough in that for a blue card, let alone a yellow. It looks like a warning was issued for something. And the warning was issued for delay of game. Now that's interesting, Peyton. I'm not sure if the warning resets after halftime or not. I'll have to go back to my buddy who is a referee in the league, check with him as Pereira bulldozes a man down low and gives away a free kick. That's Cerda he fouls. But there was a very clear instance after a free kick given back in the first quarter where the Sockers cleared the ball straight over the glass. So unless that warning resets at halftime, that should have been a yellow. Morgan, shot and a great tip save from Toth.
An amazing save, a better play from Morgan. The way he lets that ball run across his body off the board, puts himself into a good area to shoot.
Leads to the media timeout here in this fourth quarter. Great save from Chris Toth.
I think that one's got save of the week potential there. Chris Toth being able to cover every bit of goal, make the one-handed save, pushing it straight up, Jones to clear. That's well done from Chris Toth.
Peyton, we talked about it coming into this fourth quarter. Right? This game was going to hinge so heavily on who scored that next goal. Back then, it was still an advantage for Tacoma, 5-4. And as San Diego Soccer sides tend to do, the San Diego Sockers found that goal and then capitalized on a series of blue cards, 3 of them. Like you said, in the span of, what did you say, 2 minutes and 14 seconds?
2:14 if my math is right, but I was a communications major, Andrew. So let's hope that one doesn't come back to bite me. But right now, you're sitting in a place where San Diego has 21 shots on goal, as opposed to Tacoma's 12. There was a point where this was 14 shots on goal for San Diego and 12 for Tacoma. It has been all San Diego this entire fourth quarter, where Tacoma was feeling so good coming into this quarter, right? That 1-goal lead, it lasted 11 seconds into this fourth, and now everything has just been all downhill, and San Diego is making it their own.
So Charlie Gonzalez over the ball at the top of the arc. 3 in the wall for Tacoma. Gonzalez goes left, low shot, and scored. De Oliveira makes it a 3-goal game with 7.5 to go.
And it's a well-done set-piece goal. I mean, it's a simple pass to the left. You're going to see De Oliveira just step into this. It's a well-hit ball. Catches Toth off his feet. He's going to go to try and cover the far post instinctively, even though he should glue himself to that near post, and it sneaks in. 8-5 as it sits. San Diego up 3 with 7:20 to play.
Pereira going to try to spring Juice Cox here, looking to go into the corner. Smash back cross, nobody on the end of it. And a clearance over the boards. That'll come to the top of the arc, and the Stars, Peyton, you have to make something of this chance.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been far and few in between with the Stars having offensive opportunities down here. You got to capitalize. So early, they were so accurate, right? 3 goals in their first 5 shots. They need to channel that back here in this next 7 minutes.
Pereira and Juice Cox over the ball. Rafael Cox and Ramos down low. Caceres wide right. Pereira, Juice Cox tried the back heel back to Pereira, but missed, and will have to recycle. Looking inside, Pereira tries to lay it off. Juice Cox, and it's cleared away by San Diego.
And you just hate to see a set-piece opportunity go wasted like that. Juice Cox just mistiming that layoff, that back heel pass back to Pereira.
And now you see Toth stay up here as the 6th attacker.
And he's somebody who has that sort of offensive ability to be able to run this position and play in the offensive attack.
Nearly a call for too many men against Tacoma there, but they caught it before they crossed the touchline. Canali, gone down low. Ramos drags the ball, shot blocked, and a big block by Pino. Toth. One more Caceres. Pereira try to scoop it inside Canali. Ramos on his left foot. Smash back cross, backside, and it's blocked on the inside. Juan Gonzalez, the hero.
That was such a good spot for Caceres to be. Unfortunate there he misses off the near post.
Five and a half to go. Tacoma working with a man advantage with Toth playing up. And Pereira, see him just skip over the ball. All the little things that had been going right to open the game, now we're seeing that fatigue settle in, Peyton.
And Tacoma really, wanting to work this ball around and find the right opportunity.
Caceres threads it through traffic and scores!
Pereira, another assist to go on his night. Caceres places that ball beautifully to the far side. It curls. Here's Pereira's square ball. That's exactly what Tacoma needed right now. They make it a 2-goal game, and all this is because Chris Toth is able to come into that offensive attack, act as the 6th attacker, and really just be able to possess it, knock it around. Tacoma, they have lethal finishers. They have shooters on this team. They got to keep it up. Keep bringing Chris Toth forward as the 6th attacker.
First, they'll have to get the ball back. Under 5 to go. They've made it a 2-goal game. We've seen some crazy finishes in our time here at the ShoWare Center. Could we be potentially looking at the early makings of another.
Biggest thing for Tacoma here is to play clean. It can't be the late fouls after the ball has already gone away. If you're going to get a foul, you know, it's got to be on the ball. It's got to stop the ball, because those fouls afterwards, they're momentum movers. They're deflators. It sucks all the air out of anything that you had going for you.
Morgan spins down low. Got John all over his back. Double team comes in. Stars have it. The siding coming away from the boards. And the Stars come away from the boards with the ball and the free kick. Drew Ruggles, the guilty party.
Pereira doing a good job directing traffic, having Toth go over to that right side. It seems preferred to have Pereira on this left, Toth on that right. This is dangerous.
That's an open goal. Ball will be wide left. Toth back to play it and can use his hands. 3:50 now.
This is how Stars set up for their last goal. It's Caceres on that far side, Toth.
Down low, Canali. Scoops it past Ruggles. Rafael Cox, shot blocked. Floated ball here. Felipe Gonzalez over the top and in transition. Felipe Gonzalez gets his second of the night. And that goal might just be the dagger, starts taunting the fans. A touch of class from the soccer man.
9-6 here at the Showware, and I mean, Tacoma, they scored 6 on the road against San Diego last week, and it's on the way to looking like a similar scoreline to what we saw in San Diego. That game finished 11-6. San Diego just simply has Tacoma's number. Toth off the field, 6th attacker on from the kickoff.
That is Juice Cox wearing the 6th attacker jersey. Again, he's allowed to use his hands if he retreats to his own penalty area. Cox, Ramos, laid back to Juice Cox. Caceres. Caceres cuts his ball across the field. Pereira's there. Oh, Peyton's short time, a 3-goal deficit. You have to wonder how different this fourth quarter might look if the Stars have been able to keep themselves out of penalty trouble there. Not once, but twice they put themselves in a position to be 2 men down, and San Diego capitalized in both instances.
Caceres, beautiful turn.
Spur, low shot, good save, Pardo.
Yeah, Tacoma found themselves in that 3-on-5 situation twice, giving up goals in both circumstances, and that's just exactly the situation you need to avoid. It's one thing going down 1 man. Going down 2 men,
it's about as close to a sure thing as you can get in the indoor game. 1:50 to go, 3 goals to make up. Stars have to start shooting, and that right quick. Long shot from Juice Cox. Canali spins and spot fires, shot blocked by Pino. Goal is open, Pereira turns it right back in. Canali has some space, Ramos down low. He fires and whistles wide right. Gonna fall in here, ball pelted off the referee. Cesar Cerda looking for the open goal and just wide left. 1:05 to go. Well, the Stars are gonna have to keep waiting for their first win on the season. Ramos down low looking for Spur, can't find it. Cerda taken off the ball and turned over to Juice Cox. 50 seconds now. Soccer's going to the gauntlet now. They're on the road at Dallas next Saturday, and then back at home the next night, 5 p.m., 6:05 p.m. down low, knocked away from Canale, 37 seconds. Now Tacoma will go back to the drawing board. Hand save Pardo. Bouncing ball into the corner, 25 seconds now. They'll square off against Baltimore on Sunday, December 17th for a 5:05 p.m. kick. We'll have that one for you here. Peyton, your final thoughts on tonight's match?
Yeah, you know, Tacoma was good until everything went into the penalty box there late. I really think that I'm circling the calendar on that December 30th matchup between these two sides, because I still think that there's something left for this Tacoma Stars team to capitalize on if they just be smart about the decisions that they have late in matches.
Another hard-fought match between Tacoma and San Diego. San Diego comes out on top once again, capitalizing on some late power play advantage opportunities. They pull away down the stretch and finish 9-6 winners. Stars back in action, like I said, Sunday, December 17th to get the Baltimore Blast. Don't miss your chance. You can get tickets now at TacomaStars.com. That's going to do it for us here on MASL TV. For all of us, our entire cast and crew, but especially for Peyton Behrens, I'm Andrew Harvey saying so long. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.